Welcome to Nystrom Education, the largest producer of maps, globes, and atlases in the United States. Pleased that you're taking this opportunity to spend a little time with your new Exploring in Why materials. You will have an opportunity at the conclusion of this session to submit an assignment and receive a certificate for 2 hours of CEUs. Welcome to Session 2 of Exploring Where and Why, Hands-On, Minds-On Learning. Exploring Where and Why is a hands-on social studies program. It's designed to engage students with geography and a variety of other disciplines, especially those within the social studies. Students get excited about interacting with our hands-on pieces and learn by hearing, seeing, and doing. So exactly what does Exploring Where and Why do? It embeds opportunities in its curriculum for students to improve skills, to learn new content, and to improve social skills that lead to becoming a responsible citizen. Students learn about different cultures, incorporate reading and writing skills, develop critical thinking skills, and are successful at exploring where and why lessons. People and Places Everywhere contains 6 units of study. Each unit contains 2 to 6 lessons, and each lesson has 2 to 5 activities. Our focus will be on the activities. These activities take 15 to 20 minutes for students to complete, making it possible for teachers to teach social studies even when they have very limited time. It also provides ways of extending the activities into other disciplines and allowing even more time for social studies. Activating background knowledge is a key part of the Getting Started section of each activity in Exploring Where and Why. As you can see, each activity offers the objectives in the margin. Additionally, in the margin are your key vocabulary terms, keeping in mind that according to Robert Marzano, approximately 55% of a student's necessary vocabulary comes from social studies. It's essential that students receive instruction that highlights important vocabulary. Next, you see the Getting Started section. This portion is very important to the entire lesson because it links the students' prior knowledge to what they're going to be learning. Let's listen as Ms. Lynn uses the Getting Started section with her students.
How many of you have ever taken a long trip before? Taken a long trip. Okay, good. Put your hands back down. How did you travel when you went on this trip? Did you walk? Did you ride a horse? How did you get there? What is one of the ways that you got there? By car. How about you, Kason? Airplane. Airplane, something different. Anybody ever ridden a train before?
Subway.
The subway, all right.
After having introduced the lesson with Getting Started, Ms. Lynn continues by using the step-by-step section from Teaching. This section is designed to meet the needs of students and teachers. You will see that it isn't necessary for teachers to spend hours planning and preparing. The activities are engaging for students and their age and developmentally appropriate. Let's listen now as Ms. Lynn uses the teaching portion with her students.
Today we're going to be talking about transportation in the United States. A long time ago, before there were trains, before there were cars, before there were airplanes. I want you to open your MapChamp Atlas to page 34. To page 34. Okay, first of all, I want you to read the title of this page. How has transportation changed in our country? So we're going to look at the timeline down at the bottom of the page. If you would, look at the timeline. Look at letter A. Someone read that out loud for me. Kate, can you read that?
Before 1519, Native Americans travel on foot or by canoe.
Okay. By foot or by canoe. Do you travel by canoe?
No.
Or by feet right now? Yeah. Not if you're going to go long places, but maybe if you're going to go short distances. All right, I want you to take your map. That's this one right here of the United States, and I want you to make sure you're on side 3C. When you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right, I want you to look there at your map, and I want you to find Mexico. Mexico is to the south of our United States. If you can find Texas, put your finger on Mexico.
Students love working with the atlases. They're colorful and fun. Miss Lynn is instructing the students, and they put their heads together to follow along as she reads. Students here are responding to the directions from the teacher, adding different modes of transportation to the political map of the United States. They're also adding the dates for which these different modes of transportation were implemented. With our summarizing and assessing section at the end of each activity, teachers again have an opportunity to determine if the students absorbed what was being taught or not. Formative assessments are conducted throughout the activity so that when students get to this section, the activity shouldn't be a surprise or a challenge for anyone. Let's see how Ms. Lynn uses the summarizing and assessing section of this particular lesson.
Put your lid on your marker. I'm going to see what you know. Okay, I want you to hold your map up and listen to my question. All right, so let's see what you learned today. That was kind of a long lesson. Which was the earliest road to the west? Take your fingers off. The first railroad to cross the continent. And what do we call that? The what?
Transcontinental Railroad.
Transcontinental Railroad. What does transcontinental mean?
It goes all the way across the continent.
Many of the activities in Exploring Where and Why are followed by an extending section. As you can see here, teachers have the choice of extending the lesson into either science, math, or reading. Miss Lynn has selected reading. She's going to have the students get together in pairs and read books to one another all about transportation. Let's see.
That coin, it saved his life essentially. Of Great Salt Lake, Utah, and made a lifelong and colorful crowd. Businessmen and workers attended.
Not every activity involves an opportunity to use each resource. While this particular item wasn't used in this lesson, you can see students love engaging with the hands-on resources. Here, they're using the community maps. One side is an urban community and the other side is a rural community. Each Exploring Where and Why program, grades 1 through 5, comes with globes that are age and developmentally appropriate. Students learn how the globe is the best representation in some instances and how in other instances a flat map works better. Always engaging, the globes are a favorite of teachers and students. The third grade program comes with 6 globes. The third grade Exploring Where and Why program comes with 6 raised relief maps, or bumpy maps as the kids call them. These 3D markable maps provide another layer of learning for students. Your third grade program comes with 2 wall maps that match your community desk map. These wall maps provide a great way for you to demo activities for your students or to allow them to interact on the larger map. You'll find many lessons in your teacher's guide that include the wall maps. I'm sure you can hardly wait to get your students started using the wonderful resources that you've seen here. But there's one more thing to consider. You do have to distribute your resources. In what order do you plan to do that? Here, Ms. Lynn's going to use a process where she has assigned specific students a number 1 through 6. She's going to begin asking student 1 to come up and get the resources necessary.
Ones, if you will come up, and you need to get your atlases for your group. Get 4 for your group and go ahead and pass those out. All right. You need 4 in your group.
Thank you for participating in Exploring Where and Why 101 Session 2, Hands-On, Minds-On Learning. I hope you found the session to be helpful, and I ask that you complete the assignment below. Teach one of the activities in your curriculum and write a reflection about the hands-on activity. What worked well? What could have worked better? Did your students meet the learning objective? And as a teacher, how do you feel about the lesson you provided? Send your reflection to me, P. Gothard, at nystromeducation.com, and in return, I'll send you a certificate for CEUs as having completed the session valued at 2 hours. Thanks again and have a great day.